Sherrita.
How are you?
I am well. Great to have you here today. So I'm going to start out with a soft question and
Yes.
get more into talking future ready.
Okay.
So if you can share a bit more about who you are,
Yes.
what your organization does, and then what your role is specifically.
Okay, well, thank you so much. So I have been a healthcare professional for 20 years. I think you can actually add a few years to that, but for 20 years. And I've had the privilege of being able to see the business in a 360 way. I started out as a nurse practitioner, did research in oncology, and then came over to the pharma industry and have done multiple roles, marketing, sales, advocacy. So really, really exciting to now be at Novartis. I was brought in to develop and lead and hire and launch our first renal rare pipeline product. And really, really exciting time because renal rare is just an evolving marketplace. And so what I am responsible for, I'm in customer engagement, so I'm Vice President of Customer Engagement. And what we do is we have sales forces and field teams, and we're out there really in front of the customer, keeping the patient front and center in all that we do.
That's really great. Healthcare is obviously the drumbeat and heartbeat of the whole country. So really great to have you here. So I'm going to shift the focus to future ready. And specifically, I'd love to understand as a business leader, and as you think about being future ready, what are you doing personally to make sure you get there?
Well, I think continuing education is important, right? Because the industry is changing so fast. It's so dynamic, and you can get left behind. And so what I'm doing is committing to classes. AI right now is the hot topic now. How can we embed AI and merge AI and healthcare together to really, truly increase efficiencies, save patients' lives, and at the end of the day, also support in really supporting communities. And so what I do is I stay very current. I read. I'm always on LinkedIn, reading articles. I really am. Some of the stats that I'll share with you actually came from LinkedIn and some of the research that you have posted. And I think for me, it's just so exciting to have one place that you can go to receive trusted information. But I also, I'm very active in the community. So I participate through some of my women organizations. I participate at the community level, giving back to the communities. And there's always growth there. It keeps you very grounded in why you do what you do.
Yeah, that makes sense. So thinking now about your organization specifically, so as your organization tries to position itself as being future ready, there's generally a balance, right, between as is business as usual investments and then thinking about future focused projects. How are you striking that balance?
Well, I think the balance is, one, you're going to always do what's right for the business, the patient, and the customer. And so we keep that front and center. So we balance, and also with the embedment of AI, with the embedment of being future ready, it's so important to have that futuristic view, but also balancing the need to deliver today, because there are patients out there right now who need us. And so we are continue to focus on business acumen. How can we leverage resources right now to ensure that we're showing up in front of the customer the way they need us to? We're seeing that post-COVID, physicians now, 75% of physicians actually now are aligned to health institutions. So we're having to really pivot and learn more about our account-based selling more than we did prior with individual HCP selling. And so the marketplace is dynamic, it's changing. We're ensuring that we're educating our teams and keeping them current so they can deliver today, while also preparing them for what's coming tomorrow. And so organizations across the board are really focused on this. I think I saw on LinkedIn, 75% of HCPs will make their decisions, clinical decisions, based now too on utilizing AI technology. I've also seen that 75% of folks that are leading do not feel that their organizations are future ready. So I think your question is amazing because it's forcing us to have to think about how do we prepare ourselves as leaders, but also how do we prepare our teams? And so We're striking the balance. We're helping people to understand that don't let perfection get in the way of good, and just to try the technology. And that is working really well. People are curious, and we're able to have the dialogue and prepare them for what's to come.
I think that mantra is great, right? It's one that I think a lot of people need to hear, that sometimes we get in the way of progress of trying to have it be perfect.
We do.
So as you think about just the industry in general, you're in the pharmaceutical industry, what are some of the challenges that you see that industry facing, and how do you see AI helping with those challenges?
Yeah, so I would just say where we are as an industry is we have a healthcare shortage, and so physicians have less time, efficiencies become more important. And it's really important for us to show up focused on the needs of the customer. And so what we're doing to really ensure that our sales force is ready to go and they're relevant and they're showing up the way the customer needs them to is we're just continuing to invest in resources and platforms to where they understand the voice of the customer and the needs of the office and the community and the patient that they're focused on. And that is what is tremendous about the offering and the resources that you have to provide out in the sales platform space. And I think the other area is physicians and most people they don't remember always what you say, they remember how you made them feel. And so people want to feel heard. And so preparing and ensuring that what you're saying to them is aligned to their actual needs. And that is what we're hyper-focused on with our teams.
So if you take that and maybe think about the future of healthcare, and as you think about preparing to be future ready, like how do you envision that AI is going to continue to play in that?
Someone once said, either you're at the table or you're on the menu. I think every person has to understand that this is the internet. There were people who pushed back against the internet. There were people who didn't want to go from a horse to an automobile. But innovation has a way of taking you where it's going. And I think where we are now is if we get in early and if we get in while it's evolving, we have the ability to shape it in a way that truly puts the patient and the customer first. And and we're preparing our teams for that. We're bringing them along. Everyone's in different places, different trust levels with AI, different tech IQ is in different places. We're also starting to look outside the industry. We're starting to go to conferences that are more tech-based to say we need to also bring that level of knowledge into pharma, right? And so we're really looking at how we can do that in a way that truly prepares us for the future, to be future ready.
Yeah, and it sounds like it would impact patients and also the workforce as well as you kind of think about all the players that are going to be impacted by AI in the industry.
Absolutely. And we're in the business of helping patients. And I think that is the commonality between our customers and us. We are all there to really improve life at scale, right? And I think AI will also allow us, the industry, tech, and healthcare, the ability to come in and really reach patients we've not reached before. And I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. You mentioned a bit about evolution in your previous answer, so I'm going to go with that thread. So as you think about your growth approach, how do you see Sales Navigator playing into that approach?
Yeah. Well, we talked about really the time constraints that we have in the office. We see and we've seen over the years, reps really don't have access to 50% of their customers. We're seeing a shrinkage because customers are hyper-focused on treating their patients, and they don't have as much time due to the shortage and just really they're stressed, they're overwhelmed, there's a lot going on, they're doing more, they're learning how to navigate their lives within the health systems that they are now part of. And so for us to show up as that partner in care, we need to really truly understand the needs of the customer. And so we're leveraging the platforms to support us with that, and we're seeing positive impact with that. And I think at the end of the day, the more we go in prepared, the better we are to support our customers and their patients.
So thank you so much for just sharing a bit about how you see AI playing specifically in the future of healthcare. I'd love to hear more about what are your hopes as it relates to AI and how it's going to transform patient care as well as the workforce?
I have a personal story. What brought me and made me so excited about Novartis was their future forward focus on improving the lives of patients at scale, right? Reimagining healthcare. And what's so exciting about this for me was the opportunity to go out and support and help renal patients. I have a sister who has kidney disease. We grew up, we were side by side. It was just her and I. A couple of years ago, she experienced a lot of back pain and was then admitted to the hospital in chronic kidney failure. And that really just destroyed the family. We were just like, how did this happen? We're educated, we're smart, we're nurses, we know healthcare, but yet the warning signs were missed. And so when given the opportunity to come over and really help and support patients, I did not hesitate. And today she's doing much, much better. But I'm so optimistic about the future of healthcare because AI will help support the identification of symptoms earlier, really connecting those symptoms for our doctors to help them diagnose better. And we're already seeing that play out in the data that physicians are already utilizing AI to support them with patient identification of disease and also treatment modalities. So I'm truly, truly excited about that, really honored to be able to support more patients just like her. But pharma is filled with individuals who really are so passionate and driven to support the patient. And it's just a beautiful industry to be able to help patients at scale.
Well, thank you so much, Sherrita. It's been a pleasure hearing more about you, your journey, and how you're preparing to be future ready. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you all for listening in and chatting with us and hearing more about how to be future ready. Thank you.